Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome. Hello, Salim. Welcome. Hey, Mohammed. Welcome. Thanks, guys, for joining. This live stream is mainly dedicated to welcoming teacher Jamal Ahmed, and I believe that he's going to join us soon. Once again, guys, it's Thursday night here in the UK, and our local time is 7:47 p.m. And we're going to welcome teacher Jamal in any moment. So Jahid Lala, welcome. Ashik, welcome. Salim, no problem at all. So guys, thank you very much once again for joining my live stream. Okay. If you haven't seen me before, or if you haven't met me before, hey, teacher Jamal is here. Teacher Jamal, please send me a open request. So I'll be happy to bring you here. So our amazing teacher Jamal Ahmed is here, guys. Hello, Naj, welcome. Tender welcome. Thank you very much for joining. Yahoo! Our teacher Jamal Ahmed is here. 1, 2, 3. Done. Assalamu alaikum, teacher.
Walaikum assalam. Can you see me?
No, I can see your beautiful photo only.
Oh, that's sad. I have. Okay, I don't know. Maybe. What about now?
Now it is crystal clear.
It's great done.
At first, I like to say sorry because I'm a bit late. I need to just. That's okay, yeah. So,
Yeah.
before we start the conversation, how long you can stay with us? This is my next question.
Forever.
Okay, that's crikey. Okay, Jara, welcome. Yaman, welcome. Maidul, welcome. So I'm sure, guys and ladies, you know teacher Jamal Ahmed. So this live broadcast is to welcome teacher Jamal officially to our Hallo.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
also, teacher Jamal, this live broadcast has been shared to our Facebook Global Hallo group, as well as my timeline. If you want, I can share in your timeline if you want. Do you want
I
me?
saw that. I just saw that, and that's why I'm here. I got the notification from Facebook, and that's why I'm here.
Would you want me to share in your live in your timeline as well?
Yeah, of course. Please.
Okay, give me 1 quick second. I'll be back. In the meantime, please entertain all the people. Yeah, I'll be back in quick second.
Okay, let me say hello, Muhammad. Good to see you. Teacher Nitandu. Hi, teacher. And Rashid. Hey, Rashid. Iman. Moitul. Taram. Who else is here? Naz. Hey, Naz. Ashik. Salim. Hey, everyone. Hi. I know you cannot see me like entirely, but yeah, I'll have to make do. Bia. Hey, Bia. So, back. Our teacher is back.
Thank you very much. Um,
Oh,
Naj Mohammed. Okay. Naj, don't worry. Teacher Ahmed is going to answer each and every question. That's why I have brought him here today because he's always busy with his lessons, classes. We never know about the teachers, you know, like childhood, happy incident, sad incident, love affair, maybe. Okay. All right. So this is the reason I like to welcome and bring all of our teachers to have a little bit chat and also answer any questions. So, dear viewers, once again, I'm very glad to bring and get my guest speaker, teacher Jamal Ahmed. Welcome, teacher Jamal. So, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself, like from your childhood to your education and what
uh,
you're doing? Okay.
okay. Thank you so much for welcoming me and giving me the time to speak. And you're giving me precious time. You're here, so thank you for that precious time. So first of all, I am Jamal from Pakistan. You can see my profile says Ahmed because that's the part of my name, Jamal Ahmed. So my actual name is Jamal Ahmed Malik. I have three names, and none of those are surnames. All of those are my own names. Okay, so you can call me whatever you like. And I am from Pakistan, as I mentioned earlier, but actually, I am from Abbottabad. This is a really good place to be living in Pakistan. The most beautiful part, one of the most beautiful parts of Pakistan, actually. It's not too hot in here, but currently, I'm living in Lahore, and why? We'll get to that in a second. So, growing up, I studied sciences, but I also fell in love with English because all of the subjects I had were in English, of course. So mathematics, I loved it, and it was in English. Sciences, I loved all of the sciences, and they were in English. And then, like, I could not resist falling in love with English, so of course I did that, and then I tried my best to learn as much as I could. And just it was primarily through reading those books, those science books, not actually trying to learn English per se, but trying to learn science and in the way improve my English too, right? So most of the time people think that you have to actively just learn English first and then learn the things. That's not true. If you love philosophy, go find a YouTuber who talks about philosophy in English. If you love physics, just go ahead and watch a physics video. You can learn a lot of English just by watching what you love. And that's what I did too. And what just happened? Okay, he showed the screen, and I was like, okay, what
So,
just happened to my screen?
teacher Jamal, your classes. So, after your introduction, you'll come and explain how any student can join your lessons or classes.
Okay, great. Thank you. And yeah, talking about sciences, I then after college I joined university here in Lahore, and I am studying mechanical engineering right now. But I also teach English because a lot of people think that I I am a teacher, but I don't know. I still count myself as a student. Like I learn every day. I join teacher RahatAli, I join teacher April, I join teacher Ahmad, I joined Ryan. I joined all the teachers here on Holo. They're incredible teachers. You have to join teachers here. If you're on Holo and you do not join teachers, it means you're missing on a lot. Because although you can join students as well, but with teachers you get more organized lessons, and it's incredible. And now teacher Rahat is showing us our screen. You can see the lessons here. Currently I have 4 open classes. 4. I hope you can see the screen. And currently, I've been just teaching IPA, the International Phonetic Alphabet. And in that, we learn the phonetic alphabets of English, right? The sounds of American English. So for British English, you can join teacher Rahat Ali. And for American English, you can join me. And for speech therapy, if you really want to improve your accent and pronunciation, you can join teacher April. So that is it. Okay, again, me for American English, the IPA for American English, teacher Rahat for British English and the IPA, and teacher April for accents in general, for accent development in general.
Uh,
And like,
Sorry,
yes,
teacher Jamal. By the way, these times are shown in my local time. Okay, so don't get confused, dear viewers, because I live in UK. So these are according to my time, 4 p.m. UK time, 6 p.m. my time. So, teacher Jamal, if you can please explain your local time. and so that they can
Yes.
understand.
For me, the IPA class starts at 10 p.m. So for me, it's late night almost. The IPA one, the International Phonetic Alphabet. You can see for teacher Rahat, it says 6 p.m. So it means if you go to my profile, it will tell you your time. So that's an incredible feature on Holo. You don't have to worry about what time it is for me. You just have to worry about yourself, right? So yeah, you just go to my profile and look at the schedule. You have to click on view all to see the proper timing, because on phone it does not show all of those. But if you go to Holo, the web version, there you can see all of my classes there. So you can see all the dates here. And I stream twice. There are two classes a week about IPA. And like for me it's on Tuesday and Thursday. Although on teacher RahatAli's side stream, okay, this is the grammar for beginner class. That's an entirely different class. And we're going to start this class tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll have our first class about grammar. And I'm really excited about it because growing up, grammar was one of the only things we were taught at school, you know? So, of course, teachers can not really teach you pronunciation. A lot of teachers here, because they don't really know it themselves. They were never taught. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. It's just that that's how it works. So for most of them, they teach grammar, and I grew up learning a lot of grammar, like a lot. So I can help you with that, be it beginner grammar, and we'll do by progress. We'll start with really easy lessons like nouns, and then we'll progress towards harder topics too within the same class. So I want you to really join my grammar for beginner class because I love it. I love grammar. So you'll see the energy. I put so much effort into making the lessons. You'll see me sitting all day long just making the slides. I have to confirm every single thing. Okay, I said this. Do I have a source for that? And then I'll put the source too. And today, whilst I was making my pronunciation slides, there was this point I was confused. So I went to teacher Jamie's class. I asked her the question, okay, how do you say this word? And then I asked other teachers too. So I Googled it for a while. I consulted different dictionaries for just one word, just one sound. It's not even like a complicated concept, just one word. I love doing that because I believe that as a teacher, you have to make sure that what you're telling students is correct. But of course, even though with all my efforts, of course, I am still a human, so I am bound to make mistakes sometimes. So that happens. So I would love you to join my beginner for grammar class. Sorry, grammar for beginners class or beginner grammar. So yeah, it starts tomorrow.
So we'll come back again, dear viewers. So I'm going to ask teacher Jamal some question, as we like to know about his, though he explained very briefly. So teacher Jamal, you're now studying in mechanical engineering, right?
Yes,
So
I am studying mechanical engineering.
which year are you now?
I am in my fourth year. That's the final year.
And what's your plan after that?
To study masters in English linguistics, applied linguistics.
Oh, so you're from science background now. You're going to change your masters to different,
Yes.
you know, different subject. And how do you find it? Will it be challenging for you or easy for you?
I, I don't know yet because for me science has really helped me with research, because although other subjects have research too, but in sciences it's more like it's important that you be precise and accurate, because if you do not use precise and accurate measurements, you won't be able to get the right data, right? So this that I am going with the same mindset into applied linguistics, because I want to research within the field, because it's a young field, pretty young field. Engineering is not a young field. Like, we had engines produced like 200 years ago and then working on them and it has been there for quite a while. But linguistics, on the other hand, is quite a young field, so you can do a lot in the field. So that's why I want to get into that field with my knowledge of technical field, mechanical engineering, that is.
Okay, that's cool. So, Teacher Jamal, do you remember your first friend when you went to school, like say primary school or maybe preschool or nursery? Do you remember who was it?
Oh my goodness. Oh, I do not remember exactly, but I remember the teacher I remember the teacher, not the student. So you'll see that I tend to remember teachers more than I do students because I have a high respect for teachers. So that's why I remember teachers more than students. So some of the best friends I've forgotten about those too, but teachers I remember all my teachers because I love all of my teachers. So, yeah.
Okay.
So I do remember the first interaction with my teacher though. I was really sad, like, what am I doing here? Right? That was the first day, and my father did not explain anything to me, or maybe he did, but I have forgotten. So he put me to school, and the teacher comes to me, "Hey, Jamal, it's okay. In 3 hours, your father will be here, and you'll be back home." And I was like, "So what am I doing here right now?" He said, "It's school." And I was really sad about it. Like, why did they put me here? But then, since it was teacher, like, I have inherent respect for teacher, and I just stayed quiet all day long because it was him, and I like still adore him. I still remember him.
What's
So
his
yeah.
name?
So the funny thing is his proper name is Gur Rahman, but the way we say is Gorman. So yeah, we say it like Gorman.
And what did he teach you?
He taught all the subjects, of course, because it was primary school. And in Pakistan, it's like in school, I studied from a government school, and we don't really have teacher for specific subjects. A single teacher teaches a lot of subjects. So English, math, science, all the subjects are taught by the same teacher.
Okay. Razas, welcome. Razas has a question already. Zain, welcome. Zakaria, Arabic name, welcome. Thank you very much, guys. So it's your opportunity to now ask Teacher
Amazing.
Jamal any question, but not too much private question. Teacher Jamal, some question might be seeming too personal. You can always skip or you ignore it. Just you can say pass it or now what's the next question, okay?
Yeah, no
Because as you
problem.
know, sometimes I'm being cheeky and tricky to ask and get information from you. Okay, so,
Raza says,
go on.
yeah,
Go on. The Raja sounds question.
best luck. Thank you, Razaz, for the luck. So you can study master in English without having a bachelor's degree in it, just asking to know. Yes, you can, Razaz. It's not a necessity that you have a bachelor's in the same field that you're going to study. It's just that some universities prefer that you do, but it's not a necessity. It's not needed. So some universities prefer that you have, but it's not a necessity. So I'll just mention that.
Great.
Although for most science fields they want you to have degrees in the relevant field, because sciences, they are really hard to get a handle on, right? Because you have to be studying science for a long period of time to get like really into advanced stuff, because there are a lot of basic concepts that we most of the time need to be studying, and you cannot do that when you're studying a higher degree.
Okay. Now, Teacher Jamal, you went to school, though you didn't like it, but you kept quiet because he was a teacher. Which was your favorite subject in childhood? And which was your less favorite subject?
So that's, I think, that's interesting. In school, in primary school, we did not have social studies and Pakistan studies, right? So, and history and geography, we did not have these subjects in primary school. So, and then when I went to a different school, it was just still primary, but I did not have the same subjects either. So the problem occurred because I grew up without those subjects, and then I sort of developed sort of dislike for those subjects. So I do not like geography,
Mhm.
and I do not like history. I do not like Pakistan studies, social studies. I do not like those subjects. It's not that I hate those subjects. If I were to start studying them, perhaps I would fall in love with them too, but I'm not a big fan of them. That's what I would say.
Okay.
because I did not have those subjects growing up. So
Okay.
that is the reason. It's not that I have a hatred for them.
So as you mentioned, you went to another school. In which class you had to go to another school?
It was grade three. The problem, I'll tell you, like, this is very interesting. Growing up in primary school, I did not have English as the main subject, although we did have, but our teachers, they were not really good at English. So even the subject itself was taught in Urdu. So, I was really proud of myself in grade three, knowing that the word for 100 was 100 in English. And I was really proud of that fact that I knew how to say 100 in English, and that was 100. And it was in grade three. So that was not a big achievement, of course. And that tells you that how little English I knew. So when I went to a different school, the school was entirely in English. Oh my goodness, that was really hard for me to pass the entry test. There was like, they asked this question, can you write the table of nine? And I was like, table, why do I need like table, right? Okay, so my camera fell because I was like hitting my table.
Yeah, I understand that. Don't be too excited, Teacher Jamal.
So my camera fell. So
Anyway, he'll be back in a moment, dear viewers. We are listening Teacher Jamal, our one of the amazing teachers who is expert in American IPR phonetics. If you are interested, please join his lessons and classes. He already explained. We are going to show one more time at the end of this conversation. And in the meantime, if you've got any questions about Teacher Jamal's like favorite things, favorite color, we're going to ask this question very soon. And any other question, please write in the comment section, or if you're interested to hop on, send me a request. If you have $2 on your account, you can come and talk to Teacher Jamal and me. If you're my subscriber, you can hop on freely.
yes. Okay, I'm back finally.
So you broke the table of table 9.
Yeah. So that's what happened. Like, they asked me to write the table of nine, and I was confused. Why are they asking about the table? I did not know that they were asking about the multiplication table, right? So 9 1 is 9, right? That is the multiplication table that they asked for. And I was too shy. I have always regarded my teachers with high respect, so it becomes really hard for me to talk to my teachers. So I did not talk to my teacher. I did not ask them, hey, what does it mean? No, I did not. And I stayed there quietly, like, and the test had 100 marks, and I got 23, like out of 100, that was 23. And everyone was like, hey, Jamal, what happened there? Because the previous school I left, I was the topper. And in the new school, like, it was 23, and my sister was teaching there in the same school. She said, okay, Jamal, since you could not pass the test, it means you struggle with English. So let us put you in the same grade as you left, right? So I left in grade three. I had to repeat the grade because I was not good at English. So that 1 year was sort of wasted for some people, but for me, that was the best decision my sister ever made for me, because then I had the opportunity to improve myself. Like, every single day, I would just pay attention to the English book, because it was English that defeated me. Like, that year was wasted because of English, and I did not want it to happen again. So I read all the books, but the thing is, it did not improve all of a sudden, right? So even towards the end of third grade, I could hardly spell some of the words, and but by the end of fourth year, that is fourth grade, my fourth grade, I was able to like get a good score now, because I was getting a handle of all the subjects in English. My math was previously in Urdu, but now it was English. So my favorite subjects was like taken away from me because of the language. I did not understand the language. It was taken away from me. And then sciences, the same happened with sciences. They were in Urdu, and now they were English. Confusion, confusion, confusion. And then they added another subject, drawing. What is drawing? I don't know how to draw. I still cannot draw. Like, it passed, like, there back in the day, I was like, I would barely get a passing score on my drawing test, and I still would. Like, if you give me a drawing test, I would barely pass it. Like, I'm really bad at drawing. So they had that subject too. So the first 2 years at my new school were really like really hard. And in my third year at school, that is my grade 5, I had sort of developed enough confidence in English, and
Excuse
then
me.
I had started understanding mathematics too, so that really helped me. Like I could do well on math now, I could do well on other subjects now, sciences now. So it meant that overall I had a better standing in the class. So we like I started in the top 5 positions, then in the next year it was fourth, and the next year it was second, and in the next year it was first, and after that I have been like the top student all the time. It's not that I was top always, but like I got there slowly. That
Yes.
was until grade 10. I was top of my class, and then in college too I was top of my class. And then there is this test like SATs, right? But we don't have SATs. We have a test similar to SATs. Imagine a similar testing system here. So it is called ETA in my province. I wrote that. I was not prepared for it because I did not want to pursue a degree yet. I wanted to rest a little, maybe pursue other degrees like mathematics or in English. I was like I was thinking either math or English. I did not want to do like science. But what happened is I took the test, and I stood like I got second position in the entire province, and that was just by off by one question. I did not answer one question, and the other person had answered that question, and they got one more point than I did. So I was like top two. Like I stood second in my entire province, and then everyone was like, "Okay, it was engineering test, and you topped it. Now you have to pursue an engineering degree," and I did, and I'm currently doing. But I want to change the degree to apply linguistics because I love it. Every single day when it comes to learning English, I can sit for hours after hours, but the same cannot be said of engineering. I don't hate engineering. It's just that I love English more than engineering now. I still love math though.
Okay.
So
Thank you very
that's
much.
my yeah.
Thanks for all the sharing of insights about your studies. Welcome, Little Lion, Neer, Walid. Who else is here? Voldemort, Rupu, Teacher Natira. Thank you very much. Arif, Leia, Mayada, and Zain. Okay, dear viewers, if you've got any question, please write in the comment section. Teacher Jamal is going to answer you. Now, Teacher Jamal, how did
Yes.
you end up coming to the Hallo? Would you like to share with us? And
Mm,
when did you
yes.
exactly join it? And also, when did you become teacher? Just tell us briefly, or any other amazing story you can share with us.
Yes. Okay, great. So how did I join
Hey, Teacher
Hollow? I
Haley
had
is
no
here.
interest.
Teacher Haley, welcome. If you have a time, Teacher Haley, you can hop on. All the
Yeah,
Hello
come
teachers
on.
are welcome to hop on, please. Teacher Haley, Teacher Tathira, or any other teacher who is watching in incognito mode, please join and jump onto the
Yeah.
hopping on section.
So I'm looking for Hollow message because I remember Hollow messages you when you joined, right? So okay, I remember now. So it was my student. I was teaching him English, and he said, "Okay, you know what, Jamal? There's this app. I know this. Like, you can talk to any random person." It was in 2021, early 2021, and back then the main feature of Hollow was one-to-one calls, right? So Insta Match. And I installed the app. I talked to one person. They just canceled the call and talked to another person. They ended the call. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to use this app, Ali. And he said, okay, teacher, it's okay. It sometimes happens. And then I got some time and I was free in Ramadan. Before Ramadan, actually, it was quite earlier. So after exams, I had the opportunity to, okay, I try it again. Okay, this time I discovered something else. So there he was, teacher Rahat Ali streaming. This time I could see teacher stream. And then I fell in love with that feature. I would join every teacher, not every other, but just every teacher. I would join all of them. Hey, say hi. I would like stay with them the entire time they would stream. I would try my best to help them in a way. And then I subscribed to Teacher Ryan. That was the first teacher I ever subscribed to, because he was on Holo all the time. So of course, it's money wise spent, right? So wisely spent. So I subscribed to him because he was there all the time. And then I sort of stayed here, and I've been here ever since. It was in January 2021, and then I regularly joined in April, and then I have been here since then. It's been an entire year now.
Thank you very much. Welcome, teacher Julie. She said she's at work, but she's got fascinated by listening to your story. That's right. Teacher Jamal Ahmed's story is really, inspiring to all of other teachers as well as our learners. Okay, so that's why I have invited him today to be my guest speaker, and I'm thankful that he has joined at last. And G
I'm
Marji,
glad
welcome.
that
Haneen, welcome. Jordana, Little Lion, and all the people. Thank you very much once again. And Teacher Haley, if you have got time, maybe you can hop on for a minute, or Teacher Julie. If any of the Hello teachers is here, please join me if you have time. Okay, so when was the last time? I mean, when did you apply for a teacher? How long ago it was?
so the first time I applied, I think was in October of 2021, but then they had an additional requirement they had previously added. I did not know, like earlier they did not have that condition, and then when I applied they did have that condition, and that was you needed to have a work visa from one of the
Mhm.
native speaking countries, right? Any of the native speaking countries, South Africa or UK or US, the US or Australia, any of those countries. But now in April, they had removed that condition, and then I applied, I think, on 17th or 18th of April, or maybe even later. But I got the response on 24th of April, and then that is when I became the teacher here, a teacher here.
That's great.
And yeah, yeah.
Thank you very much. So, as a journey, as a Hello teacher, when did you make your first live broadcast, and how did you feel it?
Oh, as a teacher,
Hmm.
for me, like I had been streaming before that, and it's really hard for me to like really describe that because I had been streaming for quite a while, like entire year. I had been streaming on again and off again. As a teacher, my first stream. So my first stream as a teacher was with my regular students, like my regular friends here. Like we had Rubu here, Shadi, Mustafa, Muhammad. All of those were there to congratulate me. Like everyone was so excited. Like I could barely sleep the night I got the message from the teacher. Hey, I got the email. Okay, Jamal, we welcome you to the teaching team. I was really excited. I could barely sleep the night. It was really like I cannot put in words though.
Yeah, your subscriber still said that you're not sleeping anymore.
I,
That's a joke only. Teacher Julie has made an amazing comment. Would you like to read it, please?
Teacher Julie says Ahmed has an incredible listening ear. Applied linguistics with an engineering or mathematics minor is a possibility. Yeah, thank you for that, Teacher Julie.
And Teacher
Yep.
Haley, if you have got time, once again, any teacher, you can hop on here for a few moments. It will be my really honor to welcome any of the other Hello teacher.
Yeah. Okay, so
I
she
have a
has a
few
few
minutes.
minutes.
Oh, that's great. Teacher Haley is coming. Ladies and gentlemen, one and only Teacher Haley from the United States of America. Woohoo! Teacher Haley, welcome.
Hey, Teacher Julie.
Hello. How are you guys doing?
Teacher Ahmed.
We're great. I did not want to interrupt Teacher Rahat, so he waited for me and I waited for him.
I'm going to take a
That
photo.
always,
You carry on talking, eh?
yeah,
Yeah,
I
the
need to do
picture.
better at that because I always just talk over everybody. Because there's always awkward pauses, and I don't want that. So I always just speak, and it's a little tricky. But I'm so happy to be here with you two and everyone else.
Really, we're excited that you're here. It's a great opportunity. Yeah, I love watching your videos, on Holo's
Oh,
Facebook page and YouTube too. Yeah.
that's awesome. Wait, I missed it. When did you join Hollow? How long ago was it?
It has been an entire year now. It was in January, but then in April, that is when I became an active user in Holo in April.
Okay. Wow, that's amazing. That is so, so cool. One whole year.
Yeah.
How fun. And so you've seen a lot of the changes that Hollow has been through just in this
Yeah,
last year.
yeah.
It's crazy. Because, yeah, I remember when I first joined Hollow, we just had Facebook. And now we have an app. We have many, many other teachers because I was the only teacher when I started. And so it's grown so much and it makes me so happy. Like every time I see a new teacher, it makes me so happy. So welcome, Teacher Ahmad.
Thank you. Thank you
And
again.
thank you very much, Teacher Haley. I know that you're quite a busy person. And by the way, congratulations for your marriage.
Thank you so much, Teacher Rahat. Thank you, thank you.
Okay. So I've got one question for both of the teachers. Yeah. One common questions. Very often many learners come to live stream, and the common question they always ask, I, I don't know how to speak in English. What would be one advice for both of you? I'll go to Teacher Haley first, then Teacher Jamal.
For me, I guess in my experience, when I was learning a new language, the way that I learned how to speak was just by speaking. And honestly, what helped me more than sitting down and studying and spending hours trying to prepare to speak was just listening to what people said and then try and repeat what they said in conversation. And so I honestly just get out there and just start talking to people if you can't speak. And that's what's going to help you the most, in my opinion.
Thank you. Teacher Jamal, where are you hiding now?
I was drinking water, so yeah. I think Teacher Haley has said it already. I don't have much to add. Because learning Spanish, I realized that when I would repeat the phrases natives would use with me, other natives would think, okay, that is incredible. Where did you get that from, right? So you repeat what someone else said to you and you repeat it with someone else, right? That sounds really like they think, okay, that's great. And that is how we learn languages, is that you process it, you understand it, and then you repeat it, right? It's not like your brain does not go off when you repeat. It works. It's just that sometimes it takes longer to understand something. So it's okay to just repeat after what someone just said. You don't have to always understand something, right? He makes me laugh. If you don't understand what that grammar is, how it makes sense, right? He makes me laugh. Like make and me and laugh, they don't make sense to a lot of people, right? But still, if you understand what it means, and yeah, just use it. You don't have to know the grammar of it. You don't have to know the grammar of it. You just have to be able to understand what it means and then use it, right? So the other day there was this sentence we laughed about. His mom makes me dresses. So she makes me dresses, like I become dress when she does it. Yeah, she makes me dresses. She see that sentence is really confusing because what it means that she makes dresses for me, so we can say she makes me dresses. It's just English. So it happens with every language. You don't understand everything, but what's really important is listening to people. That's really important. You should be listening to others more than you're producing the language. Because if you keep talking, if you keep speaking, how do you know that you're actually improving? Because you're just listening to yourself, right? So listening to yourself is not a great way of improving yourself. It's most of the time paying attention to others too, especially native speakers. And I also love listening to non-native speakers a lot because it helps you understand, okay, this person speaks Spanish and I can see that because the certain sounds they use, they're different. Certain expressions they use or they're different. For example, a Spanish speaker might say, I made my homework, right? I made my homework. They might say that. So we understand why they said that. Okay, because of hacer in Spanish. That's why that's the confusion, right? Hacer la tarea. So that's the confusion. So we understand as a teacher, listening to other people really helps. um, whether you're learning the language or teaching the language, either way, it really helps listening. The input is important. And oftentimes I give this example of a factory. If you need good output from a factory, you need good input. It does not come out of thin air. You need to have put something in it to have a good output. So the same is true for language. This mind of yours is not born, like you don't have English here. You need to be listening to English first to be able to produce it, right? It's not like all the English just comes into your mind when you're speaking. Now you have to put yourself in similar situations. You have to listen to people talking about things in similar situations. For example, I cannot talk about cooking, and it's not because I don't know English, it's just because I don't put myself in those situations, right? And yeah, there are lots of things I cannot talk about in English, and
But
the reason is
I know teacher Jamal is a very good cook as well as teacher Haley.
Yes, I'm not a good cook. And I love what you said, Teacher Ahmad. I think that's really, really important because a lot of people do get discouraged when they mess up or when they don't know the vocabulary for everything. And so I really, really like that. And guys, I'm so sorry, but I do have a class that I got to start here in a couple minutes, so I do need to hop off. But thank you so, so much.
You're very welcome, teacher Haley. And teacher Haley, this was has been published and telecasted in our Hello Global. You can watch it later. Yeah?
Woohoo! Perfect. Thank you so much.
thank you.
Thank you very much
See you
for your
guys.
time. Okay.
Take care, Teacher Haley.
Okay,
Hey,
guys.
Shadi.
Guys, that was teacher Haley. If you haven't, followed her, join her classes. Please follow her, support her, join her lesson, as well as teacher Jamal. Okay. All of our Hello teachers are amazing. They have got different strategies, techniques. Definitely, you love them. Okay, as a Hello community, we always try to support all of our teachers as well as students. But only request is that teacher Jamal. Recently, I got actually I noticed two things. Few students are streaming and they're asking money for hopping on. And sometimes some students are sending messages privately, hey, I'll teach you English if you pay me money. And someone has sent me a screenshot. That is really very sad that they paid the money. So I have to send these messages to the Hello authority later, which is really serious, violation of
Yeah.
code of conduct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would really discourage people, like, please do not do that, because here, if you're a student, but your English is really good already, right? You're not a teacher in Holo, but your English is good and you want to teach. Those are the three things, right? You really want. Then just apply to be a teacher. Do not do anything unethical here,
Mhm.
because asking people for money is not something you should be doing because you're not a teacher. So of course, please do not ask people to pay you money unless you're a Holo teacher. And we don't ask you to pay us money, right? None of us do. Hey, I don't say, just give me $2 and I'll hop you on. That's not what we say. We say hop on, and Holo would charge you. Okay, Holo charges. We don't do anything. It's Holo that does that. It's not us. So none of us are asking your money for your money. It's just that the system asks you, right?
That's right.
So yeah, please, yeah.
May I share something in this perspective, teacher Jamal? There was an incident. Our CEO gave the opportunity. There is a money laundering on Hello. So Hello has a strong policy. They will ask you to explain why did you do that. If the answer is not satisfactory, then Hello won't give you the second opportunity for you. So guys, please make sure that you follow the code of conduct, be respectful to our guidelines, our policies, all of our teachers, as well as other students. Simple rule: if you want to get respect, respect other people, right? Likewise, we are here to help and support you. Guys, remember that all the teachers are here to help and support. We are not here to create problems. We're here to resolve your problems. Okay, if you don't find the support to teacher Jamal, you can come to me or any other teacher. We are almost 24/7 active, more or less, So you can always contact us for any problem. And if you're not sure, you can email us, support@hello.tv. Okay, teacher Jamal, let's get back to the topic we are discussing, your journey as a Hello teacher. And please carry on that first live stream. And how did you feel about it? You said you didn't sleep for 7 days.
Yes. It's still exciting to be a teacher. Like, I knew my dream growing up was to be a teacher, but it was not until I joined Hala. Okay, I thought, oh, this could be reality. I could actually become a teacher and still be learning at the same time, right? So for me, the biggest worry is that having a job and not having the opportunity to learn. So not have so that's what Hollow is for me, the opportunity to be teaching and learning too. So if I'm preparing a lecture here or lesson here, what I do is I try my best to. If I could share my screen right now, I would show you how many tabs I have opened right now. I was preparing a lesson, so number of tabs is crazy. I'd love that. So the it's not a lot of hours. You just put 3 or 4 hours a day, and even still, that's a lot. If you don't want to put that many, you can just put 1 hour on Hollow, right? And that's incredible. Just putting 1 hour daily on Hollow, or maybe 2 hours every other day, and you still get a lot of time to just learn if that's what you do, or do other things too. You don't have to be regular in Hollow. You can have a job, and in addition to that, you can be a teacher here. So yeah, I was really excited, like really, like I don't have any other word other than excited because
That's okay, no worries. Okay, there is a question from, I think it's Vimadu. Vimadu. Teacher Jamal, what's your real profession? Before that,
Prima.
welcome again, Karima. Teacher Julie has made another amazing comments. Ed and
Okay.
all the lovely people, thanks for joining.
Yeah. So, what is your real profession? Now that Hollow has made me a teacher, I think that is my real profession now. I cannot call myself not a real teacher because now there are students who actually rely on me. So if I call myself not a professional teacher, it means that I'm doing a disservice to my students, right? So I would
Yes.
definitely call myself a professional teacher now. And I am not without mistakes, not without faults, okay? I am a human, of course, but I am a teacher.
Really?
So
Are you human?
human.
Teacher Jamal? Oh, I thought that you are Martian.
You did not know that? Okay. So
Okay, thank you very much, Teacher Jamal, for answering. So I'm going to ask you some personal question to let our viewers know. So what's your favorite color, Teacher Jamal?
I'm not good with colors, but I do love pink, if you can believe that.
Pink.
So,
Blimey, are you
yes,
serious?
yes,
Okay,
yes, I am serious. Pink and bright colors too. Yeah, I love bright colors.
okay. And your favorite food?
Biryani, of course.
Which kind of biryani? Chicken, lamb, and any other?
Any sort of biryani. Biryani and pulao, I love biryani and pulao because it's rice. I love rice,
The basmati
and
rice, huh?
anything that is,
Basmati
yeah.
special rice. All right.
But I also love kebab, chapli kebab. This form of kebab, chapli kebab, because my city is known for kebab, so I love kebab too.
is it
So
Aptabat, you
biryani
said?
and kebab. Abbottabad, yeah, Abbottabad.
Abbottabad, okay. All right. And one food you like to fancy rest of your life, which one it would be?
Just one food.
Mhm. You'll be given every day the same food, same kind of quality and taste.
I cannot answer that question because even though I love biryani, I cannot eat it more than 3 days, consecutive days. I know that because I have tried it. So no food. There is no such food that I could eat except roti. Roti is the only thing we're used to eating every single day. So roti is a thing I could eat.
Roti
In
with,
addition to other things, right? With tea, roti with eggs, roti with a lot of other things. But roti would be a thing that I could eat every day.
okay, it says maybe spaghetti. Okay, and which one is your favorite dress? The dress.
Favorite dress? Shalwar kameez. That is what I'm wearing right now.
We can't see you actually clearly, only the upper half part because of the camera. No worries, that's
Yeah.
fine. Oh yeah,
So I am actually wearing the shalwar kameez right now. Yeah.
okay.
So yeah, it has like, yeah, shalwar kameez. That's what I love. Yeah, I
Okay.
do not feel comfortable in jeans. It's just not my thing, you know.
Hmm. And how many languages do you know apart from your mother tongue and English?
That's a tough one. So it depends on what I'm doing and what I'm focusing on. Because even during the days when I am speaking Urdu and English, I sort of forget my mother tongue because I have a tendency of speaking really fast. And if I do not the language, it becomes a hurdle for me. Because if I cannot speak the language fast, I cannot speak it at all. That's the problem with me, right? So when I go back home, I speak Hindko, that's my mother tongue, and I keep forgetting the names of things. If I want someone to give me this thing, I would keep saying, "Hey, give me an egg," or "Give me a potato," "Give me a frying pan," but I won't be able to say the name of this thing. This is a pen, of course. So this is what happens to me when I go back home. I forget nouns. That's the only thing I forget. Verbs I still remember, but nouns, a lot of nouns I keep forgetting. So Hindko is my mother tongue.
Himko.
I speak that Hindko, yeah.
So can you
And
please
Urdu is the national tongue.
give us a demonstration of the Hinko? Like you can say, "How are you" in Hinko?
Yeah. Kya haal hai? So the thing is, it sounds a lot like Punjabi. So kya haal hai? In Punjabi, they might say ki haal hai, right? So it sort of sounds like Punjabi. So I'll introduce myself quickly in Hindko so that people know it is not Punjabi. I'm not talking in Punjabi. And it's not Bahari either. It's a different language. So अस्सलाम वालेकुम मेरा नाम जमाल है मैं पाकिस्तान तो हाँ एबटाबाद विच रहिंदा ते मैं अंग्रेजी पढ़दा भी हाँ ते पढ़दा भी हाँ. That's my introduction in Hindko, like really short of what I said. I think someone who speaks Punjabi, they would still be able to understand me. But yeah, that was Hindko. And then I speak Urdu. That's the national language here, and you know that, right?
या खुश आमदीद मेरा भैया. मेरा प्रोग्राम में आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत करता हूँ. मैं आपका आभारी
Oh,
हूँ.
Abhari is more like Hindi, right? Swagat and
I
Abhari, they are
mixed it
Hindi words.
together.
Yeah. आपका शुक्रगुजार हूँ.
Okay.
आपका शुक्रगुजार. That's what I would say. Yeah.
All right. That's cool. So, have you visited any other country up to now?
That's an interesting question because the only place I have visited is this city, Lahore. And so, yeah, no country, let alone any other city. I have not been to Karachi. I have not been to Islamabad. So, no, Abbottabad and Lahore, those are the only two places I have ever been to. I am not big on traveling. I do not want to travel. I want to be in Canada, and Argentina, but I do not want to travel there. I just want to be there. Like it was there, was just magic. I could be there. That's it. But I do
Yeah.
not want to travel there.
Okay. Maybe you have to think of this physics theory. Yeah. Is it teletransportation? Okay. Teacher Jamal
Teleport.
and other people will be happy to know that I studied 3 months in University of Karachi with the student exchange program from my country. Possibly I shared this story in many live streams. I really liked it, especially all the street food in Karachi. Amazing. The biryani you mentioned and halim, I remember. And all the
Yeah.
fruits. Oh, so fresh fruits. Anyway, so that means you didn't go outside of Pakistan yet, but you have an intention to visit Canada as well as Argentina. Wishing your best luck, teacher Jamal. Maybe you can start your master's program in Canada. For the
Yeah, I'm thinking about that maybe. Yeah.
many international universities they offer scholarship full time for the amazing students like you who have got very good score. So what you have to have is the English language score and GRE in some cases. I believe that you can grab the opportunity. Okay, let's move on, teacher Jamal. So tell us one sad story from your past life which still makes you sad, or maybe it makes you happy when you think that, oh, it shouldn't have done that way, it could have been done in a different way.
Whew. So, sad story. How deep does it have to be?
It depends on you. I've just given you the question. It totally your discretion how you want to present. It could be a story about your, I don't know, sorry to say, if you have some special friend, maybe you broke up, or I'm going to ask you this question: that did any girl ever send you a love letter?
Okay, we'll get there then. So, a sad story from my life. I am getting goosebumps.
Teacher Jamal,
So,
can you please give me 1 minute? I need to get a glass of water, please. Yeah,
no problem, no
yeah.
problem. I'll drink water too. Okay.
I'll be back, dear viewers.
I am here while he is getting a glass of water. Teacher Ahmed is here. Why are you trying to kill yourself, Teacher Ahmed? Erasmus Mundus. Yes, I'll try that. I am your big fat fan. Hey Deepa, good to see you here. Teacher Ahmed is here. Hey Ed. So Teacher Julie wrote something. Let me read that comment out loud. Good analogy of factory and manufacturing. Good input is needed in tongue and your secondary tongue or secondary language. If you don't have an interesting personal experience to share in your native tongue, you will be less likely to share a good experience in your secondary language. Yes, Teacher Julie. All your teachers are really all teachers are really amazing. Thank you, Karima, for that. Yes, that is right. Learning and teaching at the same time. Yes, Shalvarka means boy Hassan. Where are you from, boy? Pakistan. Everyone. Sir, really, I want to talk with you. Just hop on then. Hop on. Or since you're a new user, you can have a trial lesson with Teacher Rahat and you can hop on right now, right? So subscribe to any of his classes as a trial student, and then you'll be able
I'm
to
back,
hop on.
Teacher Jamal. Hey, Teacher Ahmed, another Ahmed, please hop on here if you have got time. Deepa, welcome. Ed, who else is here? Boy Hassan and Bolumat. Okay. Teacher Ahmed, if you have got
Hold on.
time, then please
Mhm.
join me. Join us. Okay,
So
sorry.
from now on, you can call me Jamal because Teacher Ahmed is here too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Teacher Ahmed is coming to our global platform. Welcome, Teacher Ahmed.
Where is he? Okay,
Uh-huh.
he's here.
I guess I'm here, right? Hello,
Yes.
everyone. Thank you for having me.
Welcome. There
Yes.
are two Teacher Ahmed. Your Ahmed is ED and his name is AD.
Pretty similar, yeah. True. I agree.
Okay, so welcome, Teacher
So,
Ahmed. So I'm sure, guys, you know Teacher Ahmed. I don't have to reintroduce him, but if you haven't seen him before, this is our another amazing teacher who lives in Poland at the moment. Teacher Ahmed, please, the ball is in your court.
well, I don't have a ball, neither a court, so I don't know which ball is here. Well, I'm just glad to be here with amazing teachers, amazing students in the chat. Yeah, and long time I haven't joined your stream, so I said this is the best time to be here. And let's say cheese.
Yeah, I've taken photo.
I know you take it, so I just said, okay, let's say cheese all
I do
together.
all the marketing for whole Hello teachers. You know that whoever comes to my live stream, even other teachers as well. You know.
Yeah, that's really kind of you, honestly.
So
Deepa,
no,
are
it is.
you from
Go on.
Are you from Pakistan, Ahmed? Yes, I am. Deepa, I think I've mentioned it twice now. Yes, I am from Pakistan, and I have not traveled anywhere because I am not a big traveler. Oh, boys, nice to see you here. Nice to see whom here, Ishraq. Welcome,
Hey,
Ishraq, by the
Shaq.
way.
Okay, now Teacher Ahmed, Polish Teacher Ahmed, if you have got any question for our guest speaker, Teacher Ahmed, please go on.
What kind of questions are permitted?
Any question, he said.
Oh,
Any question, okay. How many times did you divorce? No, not
I
this
have
one.
not married
Not
yet,
that too
so I.
embarrassing. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I don't know. I don't have specific questions to ask I should have thought about that before, but it was all of a sudden when I came here, I saw the interview. But
Yeah.
I would probably say, uh, where do you find yourself in 3 years?
Where do I find myself in 3 years?
Yeah, only three. Pretty easy one. Yeah, 3 years.
I find myself in Argentina teaching English there and pursuing my master's in applied linguistics and being on Holo as a teacher too.
Great, thank
That's
you very much.
awesome. I
There
love
is
it.
one question from Boy Hassan. Before that, welcome Abdullah, Ishraq, Shadi, Deepa, and all the people who have joined in the last few minutes. If you haven't seen these two teachers before, if you're new, please follow both of them. They are amazing teachers, okay? And also, if you have time, if you have money, subscribe to the lesson or book a private lesson.
Or borrow money.
All right. So, Boy Hassan has a question. Would you like to answer it, Teacher Ahmed?
Boy Hassan says, did you learn English from internet only or from an institute? I think I have mentioned this earlier, but I'll repeat it. I learned English from my books from school, be it math book, science book, or all of those books. Not just from my English books, but all of the books that were in English. Okay, so that's how I learned. I did not have a phone until I went to college and did not have internet, of course. So it's a new thing for me. Internet is a new thing for me. So books, just books.
Okay. So, with the permission of our other teacher Ahmed, I like to ask our guest speaker, Teacher Ahmed, some amazing question. Are you ready?
Me.
Yes, you.
Sure, he's ready. Yes.
All right.
You can call me Jamal now because Teacher Ahmed is here, so Jamal would be
Okay.
better, right?
Teacher Jamal. Okay, that's fine. So the matter is that very often, we understand professionalism in a different perspective. Being a hello teacher, how do you define professionalism? And also outside of your hello, how do you define professionalism again? So Teacher Jamal as a teacher on the hello and outside of hello, if you can compare, please, yeah, professionalism.
Professionalism for me. Okay. So first of all, delivering what you promise. That's the first necessity for me. Deliver what you promise. Okay, if you promise that you're going to teach for an hour and your students will be able to use or say certain things or know certain things, you should deliver that. That's the first requirement for me. And then be understanding and kind towards others, because even though someone says something inappropriate or says something really bad, it does not mean that they wanted to hurt you, or it does not mean that they are like that. Sometimes there are just miscommunications. So try to rise above that and try to understand what might have been the reason. And if you cannot find the reason, just forget about it, right? So if you don't think there might have been a rational reason to say a certain thing, just forget about that negative perspective people have about you. Just forget it. And yeah, so that's why that's how I take criticism. For example, if someone in the comments says, hey Jamal, you told me a wrong word, or hey Jamal, you mispronounced a word, if that is something that is right, that is right criticism, I would definitely take it to heart and improve myself on that. So that is the second thing for me: be understanding and be kind towards people. And of course, with delivering, the same thing follows: be punctual. And for me, it's the same thing as delivering, right? Because if you want to tell, if you say someone, hey, I'll be there at 10, you need to be there at 10. For me, I am not there at 10 usually. I am 10 or 20 minutes earlier. That's how my mind works. And that's strange for a lot of Pakistanis. My school started at 8 and I would be at school at 6:30, and that was really, like, really early. I did not want to, like, take any chances because I had to take bus. Like, it was not necessarily bus, we call it Suzuki here, like taxi drive. So you have to take taxis and you don't always find them. So I'd be really early. Like, I'll wake up at 6 at 5 and prepare myself for school. and then college too, and then I'll be really early to school. So be punctual. That's really important. And professionalism, what else could be included in professionalism? I think those 2 points, they they are like umbrella terms for almost everything. Like delivering what you promise, it almost includes everything that you can think of. Being punctual is part of that. Like everything else is including in that. Who is that handsome man that sounded like Jamal? He is Ahmad, like right next to me. You can see
Teacher
him,
Ryan,
right?
if you
He
have
has
got time, please hop on for a few minutes. That will be really amazing. Okay, now the question goes to Teacher Ahmed. Same question, professionalism. Oh, Teacher Ahmed, have you become busy already? No.
No, sorry, like I just answered some messages, but I'm back here.
All right. Okay. So, would you like to answer the same question, professionalism?
Well, I think he left me with nothing. He just expressed everything else, Teacher Jamal. Being professional is, as he said, fulfilling all the promises. So if you're promising someone to do something for them, especially with students, then you have to follow your promises and fulfill them all. Another thing is to be on time and I don't know, to be dedicated to give what you have to convey in an easy way and trying your best to help. Yes, and of course, refraining yourself from using some vernacular language that wouldn't be professional here on Hello,
Mhm.
especially for teachers.
That's right. Now, I've got a funny question for both of you. Both of the teachers are handsome, as Teacher Ryan has certified. Okay. I know that you both are still single. When was the first time a girl sent you a love letter? I'll start with Teacher Jamal first, then Teacher Ahmed. We can hear you.
Okay, I was muted. So no, I have never had any love letters.
No,
No,
that couldn't be true at all.
that's that's true. I might have had a proposal, yeah, but not a love letter.
Okay, you can share if you want to about the proposal. That will you marry
It was
me? Is it
like
like
4
something
years
like
ago.
that?
Yes, yes, yes. It was 4 years ago. So yeah, no, it was like I don't know how to put it in words because like when I talk to someone, I do not talk to them because I want to marry them. It's just that I want to talk to them, right? So unless I actually show interest, I don't really want people to think that I am like flirting. Flirting does not come easy to me because I have never flirted with anyone. So it's something really hard for me. And because also the reason that I'm not a very outgoing person, I'm not an extroverted person. It feels like on Holo that I'm very extroverted, but I'm not. In real life, you'll see me sitting quietly there by myself alone most of the time. And nowadays, I have Holo to stick to. When I go outside, I'm on Holo. And when I'm room, I'm on Holo. So now I have somewhere to be. So of course not. So I'm not a very extroverted person. I don't call myself introverted, but I'm not extroverted. That I know. I might be ambiverted, but yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Teacher Jamal, for the answer. Our Teacher Ahmed, your answer, please.
Can you hear me? I think nobody can hear me, so I'd better not say. Well, when I was younger, pretty younger, yes, I used to get some letters. It's normal, I think. All the boys would get if they were me. And I am super friendly with everyone, even in my real life. I am too affable, kind of like being in touch with everyone. So it's okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, but not letters, love letters, like not the written ones on a card or something that were not the thing, but getting some messages like that on social media. Yeah, of course, I used to get them.
Okay, thank you very much. Teacher Jamal, you have got a question from Boy Hassan. I think he
Yeah,
wrote a few times. Would you like to
yeah,
answer,
but
answer
I'll
this?
just Yeah, I think he has to leave. That's why he repeated. So, what about accent and being able to express yourself like Americans? I don't think I express myself like Americans. I express myself like myself, right? That's important. I express myself like myself. And the accent, I think that's sort of natural, but also some work to it. In all the languages I speak, I have a neutral or really good accent. In Spanish, most of the people compliment me because of my accent. So also that's unfair. I have an unfair advantage of being good at perceiving sounds. That's what it is. I can perceive sounds pretty easily, and then I can produce those sounds too. So that's the reason. That's why my accent is good.
Okay. Teacher Ryan says it seems like bad timing. Oh, Teacher Ryan, that is an old question when I was talking about the love relationship, and and teacher. Both of the teachers have mentioned one thing amazing way. If you say something, you have to keep it. Okay, so think about that. If you're talking to your wife or girlfriend, if you're saying something, you must maintain it. Otherwise, you'll be in trouble. All right, that's a fun only anyway. Okay, that's cool. Both of the teachers. Now, another question is it's about your lesson. As you know, we have got different types of learners: weak, medium, strong, advanced. When you're preparing lessons, how do you make sure that your lessons are perceived by the students? And if not, what would be the measures to cover those gaps?
So I'll let Teacher Ahmed go first.
I guess nowadays with the live classes, it's way easier because if my live class is for the advanced, then I don't always care about the other levels because it's written already. This is for the advanced level or for the intermediate or for beginners. So if I see that in my advanced class, beginners are joining, I don't have to share the lesson in a way that would be too easy for the others because people have paid money to join, so I cannot kind of deprive my advanced students with simple English that I can use for beginners. So that wouldn't really work. So in general, all the classes would be really good for an intermediate level. However, some classes might be more apt to the advanced or to beginners, depending on the class thing. But if I just go live normally,
Hmm.
then I would rather put something that would work for all the levels. So if I see someone is a beginner, I try my best to motivate and help, but also not simplifying everything in a way that advanced students will get bored in the lesson. It's kind of like maintaining everything, choosing a topic that would contain simple, intermediate, and also high level of English. That's what I always do.
Okay, that's cool. Teacher Jamal, yes, you can go for 5 minutes. No worries. Deepa, welcome back. Noor, Boldemat, and all the people. Guys, we have got two amazing teachers on the hop and sections. If you've got anything to ask, as you know, teachers come here, they teach language, and they're gone. We don't have any opportunity to ask them to know their, you know, uh, anything about their family life, private life. This type of live stream, I always try to bring all the teachers to talk about themselves, especially their life, what their future planning, and what are they going to do afterwards. So, teacher Ahmed, I know that you're almost finishing, right? Your course in Poland.
What kind of courses?
Sorry, maybe I'm mistaken. You're, could you please explain? Sorry, maybe I missed.
I'm not sure what you mean, honestly, but I graduated last year, not this year.
Yeah,
Last year with my master's.
and after that,
Yeah. After that, I'm just living my life here in Poland.
are
It's
you
like a normal person, but for this summer, my work is requiring me to be back home, to be in Kurdistan. So my work starts next month in Kurdistan. I have to go back.
okay? All right. Sorry, I missed that part. Possibly said to me
Yeah, no,
earlier.
no problem.
All right. So, when are you planning to go back to Kurdistan?
I haven't booked the tickets yet, so I am always on the go. Maybe next week, maybe in 2 weeks, in 10 days. Not really sure.
So definitely have to leave by the end of May.
Of course, yes. I want to get back as soon as possible since I want to rent an apartment there, trying to get back to my family for a few days.
Mhm.
And then I have to start my work there in an institute. So
Great.
I'm excited, yes, for this change. And I don't know. Hopefully, I will get back probably to Europe in October after working there for a few months,
Uh,
3 to 4 or 5 months there.
Yeah, because I have a plan to meet you in Europe, teacher Ahmed, if you remember.
Hopefully, yes.
Sure.
Hopefully, we do.
Sure. Okay. And there are some questions. Would you like to answer it? From first one is from Noor. Welcome, Deepa. Welcome, Asna. Welcome, Shanali, Muzamil. And Noor has a question: is listening enough for learning English?
Is listening enough? Nothing is enough. No. You need to try different things. If you just listen, you will get a lot of information. But if you don't speak, then what is the importance of it?
Uh,
Listen and then speak, and then it would be important. Also, read if you can. So, why not?
Thank you. Shonali has a question. I really want to improve my accent. How can I do that?
Listen to your favorite accent as much as possible and try to shadow. I think this would be the right way of doing so.
Thank you very much. Hi, Riba. Welcome.
Riba.
Mujamil, Asna,
Hey,
Bolmat,
Riba.
Shonali. Okay. Riba, I didn't get her comments yet. Okay. So, Teacher Ahmed, now next question is very often, sometimes, many of our learners are still confused about accent and pronunciation. If you like to highlight the difference between these two terms, please.
Pronunciation should be taken priority. Accent should be given the last step of learning a language. But usually the learners do it vice versa. They do care about the accent at the beginning, but they don't care about the pronunciation. That's the problem. The pronunciation is the right way of pronouncing the words in English, which is important, as languages are all for communication and understanding.
Mhm.
Then, if you have any kind of accent, we do understand. Now I have a different accent. Teacher Jamal has a different accent. Teacher Rahat, the same way. And we do understand each other. That's fine.
That's
And
right.
nobody makes fun of any accents.
Exactly. Welcome back, Teacher Jamal. Did you go?
Thank you.
Did you go for eating biryani quickly?
No, he got some tea, I guess.
Yeah, it was water. Just water.
Okay.
So what did I miss?
The question was how to improve the accent. And Shonal is another question: how can I remove hesitation? So, Teacher
Yeah, how
Jamal,
do I improve?
you go first, then after that, Teacher Ahmed.
Yeah, do I answer the previous question? How to improve your accent?
Yes, please. And after that, the next one, hesitation.
Okay. So how can I improve my accent? First of all, you need to realize that accent is not really a thing that you need to improve. It's the pronunciation, because everyone has different accent. You can improve your pronunciation, but accent is something really hard to get rid of, because accent is identity. If you're trying to get rid of an accent, it means you're trying to get rid of one identity and trying to take on another identity. So think of an American trying to sound like a British person. Why are they trying to do that, right? And just imagine that. If you cannot think of yourself sounding like an American, think of this. So why would an American person would want to sound like a Canadian? Why would they do that, right? Because they want to change their identity. For a native speaker, if they change their accent, it feels like they're changing their identity too. It should feel the same for you too. right? The same should be true for non-native speakers. So if you sound like a Syrian, it's okay because you're Syrian. If you sound like a Pakistani, it's okay because you're a Pakistani. But you need to be using correct pronunciations. That's important. And what's really important more than that is being respectful of every person's accent, because accents don't really hinder anything. They don't hinder communication, but incorrect pronunciation can hinder that. So yeah, so that is the answer. So how to improve accent? If you really want to, if you want to change your identity, if you really want to do that though, you can hire a dialect coach because it's their job to change the dialect from one to another. So they help you with accents, or you can just YouTube it and learn sound by sound and change one by one. So it'll take quite a lot of time. Like it takes a lot of time to change your accent, even in your mother tongue too. So in a second language, it's even harder. So I would really recommend against it. Yeah. So yeah.
Thank you
Next
for
question was.
hesitation.
I'm sorry for the interruption, but I really have to go. I have a meeting to attend, and it's kind of necessary. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's okay, Teacher Ahmed. Thank you very much
Thank
for
you
your
so much
valuable
for
time.
having me. I really appreciate it, and hopefully see you soon, pretty soon.
See
Bye
you,
bye.
Teacher Ahmed.
Bye,
Sure.
guys.
Together.
You're the best.
Thank you
Bye.
very much. So, guys, that was Teacher Ahmed from Poland, who is going back to Kurdistan. If you haven't followed him, if you haven't joined his classes, please follow him, support him, and I'm sure you'll be able to learn a lot of things. Welcome, Vasu, Asna, Nawel, Dr. Rosie, Deepa, Riva, and all the lovely people who have joined in the last few moments. Today, I'm having conversation our one of the newest Hello teacher Jamal Ahmed. And if you've got anything to ask, please write in the comment section. He'll be happy to answer it.
Okay. I think the second question was how to remove hesitation, right? So, first of all, you need to figure out why you hesitate. Is it because of the language or is it because of what you're talking about? So for me, I hesitate when I talk to seniors. I hesitate when I talk to my teachers, but I do not hesitate when I talk to my friends. But I do hesitate when I talk about cooking. So you need to realize why you hesitate. Is it because of English or is it because of the situation you are in? So that's the first important thing. You need to realize why you hesitate. If it's just related to English, and which is impossible, it is almost impossible that hesitation is language related because you hesitate in all the languages. If it's your mother tongue, you will hesitate. Even if it's your second language, you'll hesitate. It's just natural. So, how to get rid of hesitation in general? If you mean how to build your confidence while speaking a second language, we can do something about that. But hesitation is such a great topic. So, okay, such a broad topic. How to improve build your confidence in a second language when you're in familiar situations, that's the question, right? So that could be a better question. So how to build confidence in familiar situations. So for example, you're talking to me, how would you talk to me? So the thing is, take it slowly, step by step. Come here, talk to me about little things that you're fine talking about. If you're fine talking about your chicken, I am fine. We can talk about your chicken. If you have a cat, we can talk about your cat. If you have a dog, we can talk about your dog if you feel comfortable talking about that. But if you don't feel comfortable talking about love affairs, of course, it will always give you that, you'll always have that hesitation. So it's always about comfort, how much comfort you feel about something, but you have to slowly build that, right? So always try to step out of your comfort zone. You realize, okay, I know I cannot talk about love. I'll try it next time. Next time I'll try talking to someone about love, right? I know I cannot talk about how to kill someone. Okay, next time I'll talk to someone how to kill, right? So yeah.
That
So
that's
yeah.
a bit funny there. All right, Teacher Jamal, that's really cool. Muzammil has a question. Sorry, Muzammil, I really maybe skipped it. Uh, would you like to read his question and answer it, please?
Somehow. Is it needed to stop? Is it needed to stop to speak and think in any other language? Should we stop using Hindi at all? I think you wanted to, should we stop using Hindi altogether? The word is altogether, right? You would say, should we stop using Hindi altogether? And the answer is, it's up to you. The answer is, it's up to you. Yeah. For some people, they want to spend all of their time with the target language. And remember, if you want to be friends with me, you won't spend time with teacher Rahat, right? You'll spend time with me.
Right.
If you want to be friends with teacher Rahat, you won't spend time with me, you'll spend time with him. And the same is true for languages. If you want them to be your friends, if you want them to be able to use them, you need to spend time with them. So yeah, of course, if you really want to learn it, most of your time should be dedicated to it, but not all of the time. It's not that you should not stop using your language altogether. It's just that you need to spend a lot of time with the language.
Okay, Dr. Rosie has a question: how to get rid of mother tongue influence? You know, it is really very common because English is my second language, so is yours, and many of our learners. How they can overcome or get rid of those mother tongue influence?
Yes. So mother tongue influence has two types. First of all, general influence, and second is interference. So you have to recognize which one of those you're talking about. Is it just influence or is it interference? Interference is the problem because when you talk to someone and they don't understand what you meant, for example, me saying vet instead of wet, I got vet instead of saying I got wet, that would cause interference towards talking to someone, right? So did I mean VET vet or we, right? So WET wet. So which one of those did I mean? That is interference right now. Your mother tongue is interfering with the message. But if it is influence, me saying wet and vet, now you understand those are two different words, but I just added a quick O at the end, but people still understand what you mean, and that is just an influence. This time you don't really need to work a lot on it. So what I'm really trying to say here is make sure you know what the problem is. Recognizing the problem is always the first step, and most of the time people don't do that. The question about hesitation, that was the same answer. Recognize the problem. And here again, recognize the problem. What exactly is problematic? Is it the sounds sometimes? Is it the mispronunciation of certain sounds? Or is it the mispronunciation of entire words? Or is it the way you say something? For example, if I ask teacher Rahat, how are you? I need to be going up, not how are you? How are you? Or I am here versus I am here. I'm here. I am here. I'm here. I'm here. You can feel that those are entirely different things. And maybe it works for you. Sometimes you might confuse the two, right? You might not hear the difference between the two. I'm here and I'm here. Those are different things. And if you have intonation patterns in your language, you should know that it matters too. So yeah, so you need to recognize what is the hindrance, is what the problem is.
Okay, so while you took a break, there is a question. I'm going to ask the question again. The question was, when you're, uh, preparing a lesson for your learners, how do you make sure that, because in your lesson there are different kinds of learners, obviously, weak, medium, intermediate, or advanced. Teacher Ahmed has explained in one way. So I'd like to know, how do you make sure all these different kinds of learners get the information or get your lesson well perceived?
So my usual preference is to speak as with an English that is understood by almost everyone. So you can see me here, although I said I speak really fast, but I try my best to speak as slowly as possible when I'm talking to students, but usually I'm really fast, really fast. It's really hard for people to understand me when I am talking about something I love. But when it comes to my students, when it comes to teaching someone English, I try my best that I don't use any hard words, and I try my best that my grammar is as simple as possible, and also that my words are as clear as possible, because a lot of native speakers that just smoosh words together, and it takes a a lot of time for students to understand then. But I also don't make it easy for them. I speed up sometimes. I do use hard words because when you talk to a native speaker or when you talk in general, life is not like, okay, if you if you are prepared for lemons, life will give you sometimes rocks too. I know life is just life. It will give you apples too if you were prepared for lemons. It's just life, you know. So I don't want to make it simple for students because life is unexpected. So yeah, so a hint of everything there.
Thank you. There is another question from Dr. Rosie, and after that, I've got the question from the previous topic, the pronunciation. Okay, Teacher Jamal. All right, Dr. Rosie has a question. After recognizing the problem, what we should do to improve ourselves? That is what I understand from her question.
Okay. So so this is a thing, right? You have recognized what it is. Once you have recognized, what do? You use it for writing. That is that you have recognized that that is the right thing. But if you thought that this was just do something to hit people with, of course you'll be hitting people with this, right? So have you recognized the right thing? That's the next question. I know I keep saying recognition because that's really important. Because although you have recognized it, does it mean that that's the right thing? Because is it really for writing, or is it for killing people, or is it for stopping water from dripping? What is the purpose, right? So
Teacher,
who knows exactly?
Teacher Jamal, it can be used in a different perspective. We have seen in the movies.
Yeah. Okay, so for now, just imagine that you have figured out that, of course, that is the problem. Once you have actually figured out the problem, the thing is, the next step is, of course, taking action on it. You know that you cannot say the th in thing. You keep saying sing, or you keep saying ding. Now it's time to ask someone, hey, Teacher Rahat, I know I struggle with this sound. Can you please help me with this sound? Or just YouTube it, or talk to another teacher. They'll help you with that now. You have recognized, and now it's time to ask someone who can help you with this. And then practice, 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 like kill it. Do it all the time. Because it's the same thing with here. Like if you fall in love with writing, when will you stop? Think of kids when they get your hands on a pen or pencil, they start writing everywhere. They'll paint your walls. They'll write everywhere, right? So whatever kids do, they keep doing all the time. If they start talking, they'll talk all the time. They'll ask you questions all the time, one after another, one after another. If they start walking, they'll walk all the time. They'll run here, they'll run there. Kids don't stop. They don't worry about their energy. They do it all the time. They don't worry about what people think about them. So why should we as learners, right? We want to improve ourselves. So if I am learning the th sound, the th sound, why should I stop? Just because people think I'm making weird noises, why should I stop, right? So
That's right. Okay. Dr. Rosie has another question. Before that, I've got a question for Teacher Jamal. Is a previous topic, pronunciation and accent. As you might be aware, in many languages, they don't have the similar alphabets like the English language has, which is really a greatest barrier for many of our learners. How they can improve? Let me give you example. Like in Arabic alphabet, there is no P sound, no X. So sometimes some of the Arab students have difficulties to pronounce P. And I remember, when I was in Saudi Arabia, like paracetamol is a very common drug, okay? And when they're writing in B, paracetamol. But when they're saying, they're using the same, like paracetamol. Yeah, because they don't have P in their alphabet. Similarly, in Japanese language, that there is uh, no uh, L, I think, or D, something like that. So there are many languages there, don't have enough letters that will reflect to learn the English language. So how you can explain and give advice to those people to overcome the situation?
now, so that is interesting. So in such a case, I would really encourage students to question their own language. First of all, you need to realize, okay, this is my mother tongue. What sounds does it have? And this is English. What sounds does it have, right? And you need to realize, really, it's really important that you do a test or comparison test so that you know, okay, so I don't mispronounce the words. There's a B in English and there's a B in Arabic. They sound the same. But there isn't this extra sound in English. But there is no equivalent in Arabic. What do I do now? So again, the first question is recognizing what sounds you do have, and then what sounds you do not have. The first step is always knowing what the problem is. So for me, for example, I do not have a. That sound does not exist for me. I did not know that in English they have a different sound, right? For me, I thought that they had the same sound, a. That's what I thought they had. But then I realized, okay, my language has a, but English has a and a. Sorry, my language has a, but English has a and a. They had different sounds. I needed to know, I needed to research myself. Okay, these are the sounds that exist in my language. These are the sounds that exist in English. Okay, now there is one more confusion I need to talk about, and is that even though languages might have the same sounds, their quality might not be the same. So that is something people don't really pay much attention to. For example, the T in Spanish sounds different from the T in English, right? So a word like tank would be tank in English, but tank or something similar in Spanish. So it's ta, not ta. So although you have the same sound, it does not mean that its quality is the same, right? To someone's ear, it sounds different. So the same is true for the P's in Hindi. We have P in Hindi, but the P in English is different from the P in Hindi. So people say pill, although it should be pill, right? Pill, they keep saying pill because they're saying that the P in Hindi is the same as the P in English, and it is not. You need to be saying the P and H combination, the P sound in Hindi. So that's really important that you do that. Analyze your language and then analyze the second language too. And it's usually done through IPA, and that is why we teach IPA. So we tell your students, okay, students, you know, this is the sound and how you produce this. For P, what you do is that you put your lips together and you let the ear come out. That's it. And there you sound. That's it. And that's why we have the IPA, so that we can help our students realize, okay, these are the sounds in English. For example, for some Japanese, there is no difference between la and ra. So they say red and lead. They're the same words for them. But if I tell them, hey, okay, you know, if this word starts with this letter R, it's red. If this starts with an L, this is lead. So different sounds. But if you never tell them, if you never pause and say, hey, this is like, again, it comes back to having a mentor, a teacher who has professional knowledge of the language. Of course, you can do everything yourself. But if you don't ask someone else, it's again, a previous thing. You cannot improve yourself, but listening to yourself is never possible. You need to be listening to others. You need to be asking others a question. Hey, teacher Rahat, I just learned this sound. Can you help me with that? Hey, teacher Rahat, am I producing this sound correctly? So yeah, that really helps. I hope I have answered the question because I love to digress.
Thank
So
you.
I hope my digression was not, yeah.
There are two more questions. Let me read out one from Mozamil again. How to remove fillers?
How to remove fillers? First of all, do not remove fillers because they're natural. But we use them all the time, you know? I just used a filler, right? I used two fillers in the same sentence, and they're natural. If the filler is from another language, remove it. But if it's from the same language, try not to remove it unless you're trying to be eloquent or more proficient at speaking the language. So for most of us, we have fillers because we're human. We're human. We don't always make full sentences. We don't always think ahead. We're bound to make mistakes. So in such circumstances, we say words like, All right, right. I mean, we use them all the time.
That's right. Now,
But if you really, yeah,
there is reason for question. I believe that that teacher Jamal in IELTS speaking task, there is an instruction that if you use filler, it will affect your score. Okay. So when any students join my IELTS lessons in speaking part, I always advise and suggest them, if possible, try to avoid. And I remember I had a student, teacher Jamal will be surprised to know, he used actually 17 times in 1 minute. I was commenting, and that is really be it not comfortable to to listen 17 times actually. Oh, actually teacher, I'm very sad actually, and I had to explain to him publicly, look, if you're planning to sit for IELTS exam, it will obviously affect your score.
yeah. So for a test or for in a professional environment, I would really advise against fillers. But in real life, of course, you can use them because sometimes because is a word, or actually those words we use them strut words. Some people call them strut words. What is no? I've forgotten the word. The
Refresher,
proper terminology. Structure. We call.
something like
Oh,
that.
can you excuse
Yeah,
me?
in
Yeah.
linguistics.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. They help you move along. They help the conversation move along. But if you use them all the time, it means there's something wrong there. Maybe with the language use, you're not confident about yourself, or maybe it's that you never thought of not using the the filler altogether. So let's imagine I said, "Hey, hello, my name, is Jamal. I am, from Pakistan. I study English. And now this sounds really strange. But if I said, "Hey, my name is Jamal," I just use it once, and it sounds sort of natural more than the previous one, right? So try your best. There is one way to get rid of the filler is pause for a second before you say the entire sentence. Think what you're going to say. I'm going to tell them I ate something yesterday. I won't say, "Hey, yesterday, actually, I ate fish actually with tea." So this happens to everyone. This happens to everyone. But you
Teach,
have to
teacher
tell
Jamal,
before.
you ate fish with tea?
I did not think about it because I was paying attention to my fillers. So, of course, I did not pay attention to the thought. And that happens to learners. They don't pay attention to meaning anymore, they pay attention to the words. So, that's not something you should be doing. Pay attention to thoughts first, the meaning first. I ate tea with bread. Now, that's more natural because you thought about the sentence, you thought about what you're actually going to say. But if you think about words, you're never going to convey your thoughts because words are not thoughts. Words are words and thoughts are thoughts. Because I never meant to say fish with tea. I never meant it, but it just came out because I was too worried about the right words.
Yeah, possibly you ate fish and chips.
Fish and chips.
All right. Okay, that's pretty cool. So I believe that teacher Jamal has explained all the questions. And now I've got a few more questions, teacher Jamal. Do you have more time?
I have all the time in the world.
Okay. So, dear viewers, we are having conversation with our amazing teacher, Jamal Ahmed. If you have got anything to ask, please write in the comment section. He's going to answer it. And also, I'm going to ask some, funny question though, which I ask almost every teacher. Teacher Jamal, you'll be given to take three things with you in a remote, isolated area. It could be a forest, it could be a desert, or it could be any place where no one is there. So you have to survive. It could be some dangerous animals could be there. So you'll be given chance to take three things only. Yeah. Which three things you'd like to take and why?
Yeah, I have an additional question. Um, do I have a quantity limitation? Like if I take X, do I have to take certain amount of X, or I can take
Only one.
100X? Or
No, you can't take 100x. Okay.
So,
It
yeah.
will be counted
Oh,
as 100 items. 1 to 3 items, each one item, 1, 2, 3, like this. Okay. And before that, let me welcome Ray, Decent Boy, Asna again, Pritkor, Voldemort, Riva is, and Miss Pixie, Muzammil, Israq, Linda. Sorry, I missed many people's name. Walaikum salam, Ishti, and other people. Thank you very much for joining. We're having some funny questions for Teacher Jamal to see how well he can answer.
so I would love to take, of course, most of Muslims as Muslim is it would be the Holy Quran. So that's evident. So we'll not talk about it. So that's an evident thing we'll be taking with ourselves. So I'll still have three things left, I hope. So it will be a book in Spanish, any book, no matter the title. It has to be the longest book, like Don Quixote, for example, but in Spanish. So it has to be a really thick book so that I can read it forever and ever and it never finishes. So one book in Spanish, one book it in any other language so that I can learn a new language on my own through reading, and one English dictionary, a dictionary that includes all the English words, that is. So those three things, and all of those are books. Okay. I did not notice that.
How are you going to
So one,
survive now, Teacher Jamal?
it's
Logically.
okay. I don't have to survive. I don't have to survive.
Okay. All right. So you like to take 3 books.
Yeah.
Okay. Riva, you can't carry much food because you're maybe taking one, say, haversack or rucksack, and you're taking 3 books.
Yeah. Food is actually dangerous in the wild, especially. And even if you take food with yourself, it's going to go rotten. So
Mm-hmm. That's right. So sometimes most of the answers came in previous live streams, like they will take some hunting knife. Okay. Do you know how to climb a tree, Teacher Jamal?
yes and no. I could climb trees back in the day, but then all of a sudden I could not because as I might have mentioned, that I'm a very fragile person, right? I cannot do a lot of heavy duty work. I cannot climb trees anymore. I cannot walk for long periods of times anymore. I cannot sit up long periods of times anymore. Yeah, there are a lot of things I cannot do anymore. So yeah, I cannot climb trees anymore.
Okay. Do you know how to drive a car?
No.
How to drive a bike? How to ride a bike?
Bike?
Bicycle?
Nope. Nope.
Are you serious, Teacher Jamal?
Yes, very serious. Because, as I said earlier, I'm fragile actually. So my parents never allowed me to do any of those things. So, no. How to swim? Yes, but not anymore. So as a kid, I did a lot of stuff, but as I grew up, I became more fragile. Like my bones, they literally start cracking if I ride for more than 1 hour. So I cannot do things anymore.
But you've been with us more than an hour and 40 minutes. Let me know if you're tired. Anyway, we're going to finish our live stream in next 10, 15 minutes, dear viewers. It's 9:30 for our time. Okay, so do you know how to cook? Okay. All right. So what else? Do you know how to sing?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How to
Nope.
play any kind of musical instruments?
I wish I could, but nope.
All right. So how to spend your free time?
Huh. I spend my free time learning English or other languages or watching Netflix or thinking about having good pets. That's it. I love all sorts of animals. So I wish in school here at university they allowed us to have pets, but they don't. So no, I miss my pets a lot. It's funny because I do not miss people, but I miss animals. That might make me feel like sociopathic, but I'm not sociopathic, guys. I care about people. It's just that I do not miss people.
You
Those
are
are different
you are a
words.
social butterfly. We know that.
I'm not a social butterfly. I'm a social butterfly when it comes to animals. With them, I might be a butterfly, of course. Then, yeah, but not with people.
So
How old are you?
which pet is your favorite pet in that case?
I cannot select one over the other, but if I were to, I would say dogs.
So
Dogs.
if you are chosen to be your favorite animal, what do you like to be? Dog?
If I were to be an animal, what animal I
Like,
would be? I would be a cat then. I would be a cat.
can you speak like meow meow?
Meow 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 meow. Yeah.
All right. All right. So now the next question is just to give you a little bit more idea about yourself. Dear viewers, once again, please follow and support our teacher Jamal. I'm going to share a lesson one more time, which means that we're almost at the end of our this today's live broadcast.
Rosie
So
says, "How old are you, Teacher Jamal?" I am. I think I'll turn 22 this year. I'll turn 22 this year, so I'm 22. I just turned 21, so yeah.
okay, teacher.
Any question?
All right. Hang on a moment, please. I'm going to get you lesson space one more time. So, dear viewers, if you've got any question for teacher Jamal in the meantime, please ask in the comment section. He is going to answer it. Okay.
Voldemort says, if you were told to choose a superpower, which one would you choose?
That's right.
I think I knew the answer to this one. I always knew the answer. Okay, this is the superpower I would always choose. But right now, I don't think that superpower works anymore. And I've even forgotten what the superpower was. So I don't know. Let me think for that a second. For a second, it cannot be speed, of course, because even if it were the superpower, I would still have to run, and I cannot run. And super speed, no super speed. Invulnerability. Invulnerability is fine. Yes, invulnerability, because I'm a very fragile person, so that would really help me. But I hope that also comes with having an immune system that
Teacher Jamal, you're frozen.
yeah,
You're
I'm
back.
sickly.
You're back. Okay, so I was going to ask you, are you okay, teacher Jamal?
Yes, I am okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, fine. We can hear you. Okay, so do you like watching movies?
Yes, but no. Yes, but no.
What?
It's just that I love watching movies every once in a while, but I prefer watching TV shows more than movies.
So which one is your favorite TV show then? You're frozen again, teacher Jamal.
I would say Supernatural. It has 15 seasons. Supernatural
So what is
is
the
my favorite TV show. And then Teen Wolf. I have watched Teen Wolf over 6 times now, and it has 6 seasons. So Supernatural and Teen Wolf.
okay? Now I'm coming back to two writers. They have got similar names: Stephen King and Stephen Hawking.
Which one? Of course, Stephen Hawking's, because science all the way, guys.
Have you watched any movies of Stephen King's?
I don't remember because I'm not big on Stephen King, so I don't really know. I might have, but I might not know that it was his. So
Do you like also English poems?
yes, but no. Like I this year I have read so many poems that I ever did in my entire life, but it has been like 2 months that I have not read any poems because I got busy with my exams. So yeah,
So when are you
only a
finish?
couple of poems.
So when are you finishing your last year? Is it
Soon. Like I have an exam tomorrow, actually.
Oh,
One of the final exams. Yeah.
I should let you go. I'm sorry. You should have told us at the beginning. Anyway, we're
No,
going to
it's
finish our
fine.
live stream soon. So, dear viewers, thank you very much for coming here. I didn't realize that teacher Jamal has an exam tomorrow. Best of luck. Yes. So, teacher Jamal, thank you very much. And as you know, I always become happy when any teacher joins my live stream. So, I'll try to do the same, sometimes if I'm free. And honestly, I like your pronunciation class very much. Sometimes I listen to it silently so that it helps me a lot. And no problem to all the people who have joined, our viewers are the heart of our live stream. Without them, we are nothing. And thank you very much once again, dear viewers. If you haven't joined Teacher Jamal's lesson, follow him, support him, subscribe to his lesson. So there is, okay, I was going to show you the lesson. Yeah, hang on a second. Let me show it one more time. So he has got lesson about IPA, American IPA, then modal verbs, grammar for beginners, then reading, and IPA, all the 4 features of English learning.
Thank you so much, Teacher Rahat, for having me. And towards the end, I would like to add something, and is that Holo is an incredible platform, and it would be nothing without the students, of course. But at the same time, the teachers are great too. Like, if the students are good, the teachers would be like better. But at the same time, like, you cannot say better. It does not make any sense. Yeah. Now, the community we have here, the relationship between teachers and students, I have never seen anywhere. Anywhere. I have visited a lot of, visited, of course, with a V. So I have used a lot of apps because I learned languages. But the community we have in Holo is mind-blowingly incredible and beautiful. You see people trying to we care about each other here. I cannot say they because it's us all of us. We see Teacher RahatAli streaming every day, and if we do not see him, we ask him, "Hey, Teacher Rahat, where were you? How are you now?" Right? So we're actually become concerned about each other. So it's beautiful here. Thank you so much, guys, for joining here in this live stream and welcoming me, Teacher RahatAli, as a teacher. It's truly it's an honor and a privilege to have been on Holo. And I'm glad my student asked me, "Hey, Jamal, please install the app." And I did. And I'm glad that I actually reinstalled it because otherwise I would not have known such beautiful platform. I would not have known you, every one of you.
That's right.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, before we leave, so Teacher Jamal is going to give us a presentation of American accent. I'm going to say something. I'm trying to say something in British IPA so the Teacher Jamal can do it American IPA. Okay. Does Harry Potter need water? He doesn't need water. He needs magic wand. Wingardium Leviosa.
Um, does anyone have water? Does anyone have water?
Yeah, we drink water every day.
We drink water every day.
And how about Harry Potter? How about Harry Potter?
Harry Potter.
Yeah, Peter Parker.
Peter Parker.
Okay, blimey, mate. Are you after the ball tonight? This is a Cockney expression. Let's not go there. So thank you very much, guys. It's really my pleasure to get Teacher Jamal. I didn't know that he has an exam once again. Otherwise, we would finish it a bit earlier. Teacher Jamal, best of luck, and I'd like to see you soon. And thank you very much, all the people who are here from the beginning to up to now. I didn't realize that 2 hours is gone, Teacher Jamal. It looks like in the twinkle of an eye.
Yeah, that happens when I'm on a live stream, so don't worry.
Okay. Thank you very much once again, everyone, for your support, for your amazing comments, all the questions. As you know, Teacher Jamal has said one thing. Please remember that we are humans. We are not beyond errors and mistakes. So also you have to consider that being a teacher, we don't know everything. Do not expect that. Even if I bring 5 British white teachers, one sentence they'll be saying in 5 different accents, different ways. This is how it is different. So we all are individual, we all are unique. We have to remember that. So be proud whatever you are Okay, try to speak naturally, articulately, and if you need any help, you know where to go. Teacher Jamal is there, and many other amazing teachers are here. Just join them. That will be really amazing. Okay. Any other last word, Teacher Jamal, before we hang up?
Yeah, as you said, if you really want to work on your pronunciation still, guys, but I know accents are beautiful things, but if you still want to work on your pronunciation, go join teacher Rahat Ali. His English pronunciation. He is not a native speaker, but he has been living in English for quite a while now. It's not 1 year, it's not 2 year, it's not 3 years. I have barely been learning English. I have been learning English for 7 years, and it's nothing compared to what Teacher Rahat Ali has, the time Teacher Rahat Ali has spent with the language. So, of course, the knowledge he has, it comes from the actual language, living with people. So, of course, spend time with him and his live streams in the morning, visiting London. That's incredible. So, yeah, please join him if you can. So, thank you so much, Teacher Rahat Ali, for having me here. It was such a pleasure. Thank you again.
My pleasure too. Likewise. Thank you, everyone. We are going to finish it now. I'll see you later. And Assalamu alaikum. And thank you very much, all the lovely people. And Can, Esna, Voldemort, Falak, Ishti again, Anisa, Dr. Rosie, and other people who are watching silently. Thank you very much. I'll see you later. You take care and bye.